want it to be special here. In order for it to be special, it has to be something that not everyone can do or wants to do.
It's just a matter of when you get your opportunity, take advantage of it and make the plays. It's that simple. This team is waiting for somebody to step up and be the big guy, to be Ivan Hoyt, right? Or to be Jalen Gardner. We're waiting for somebody to step up out of this group and do it.
The Bible talks about narrow is the path and hard is the way, right? It's not for everybody. And I don't want to give the wrong impression, because new players that come in, right? New players that come from other schools that come here, this is what they tell me. It's like every one of them, unanimously, after it's over, they say, whoa, this is different.
This is why we started doing this in June. Get down there, make sure your heel stays on the ground.
There we go.
Heel stays on the ground. Single leg RDL. There we go. Ready.
Coach Stansel, he's a great coach. He's a stern coach, but he's also a very smart coach. He knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about, and he's a great person to learn from, and I'm glad that he's my coach.
The vibe of the locker room is a lot more positive now because the kids see the bigger picture, they see the transition. I think Coach Stansel has done a great job coming in with his philosophy, changing the mindset, changing the expectations, raising the bar, challenging everyone, and challenging these players and coaches outside their comfort zone. These are the things that you have to do to really change your program, and I think that he's done that.
All right, real quick, I got to make some adjustments to that. For some reason, the run policy. Guys, this took me 5 hours yesterday, but the run polish was way too long, and that made the individual way too long. So I'll ponder it today and tomorrow, and I might get pissed off enough just to scrap the whole thing and do it differently.
It's hot everywhere in Texas, so it's not unique here. And the challenging part is convincing them that the investment now will be worth it down the road. So for us, it's we want to create a difficult practice environment because we know that the outcome is going to be tough, resilient young men who are ready to encounter whatever it is that life might throw at them.
Ready.
Ball is in the inside. Let's work on takeoff. No wasted movement. Ball is in there. Ball is in there. Down. Hit. Reset. Reset. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ball's over here now. Ball's over here now. What's happening? No wasted movement. No wasted movement. Down. Say hit. One more. One more. We have to be able to block, guys. We have to be able to block for everything else to be set. We have to be able to block for everything else to be set. Get to your spot. Set. Hit. There you go. Drive. Hands inside. Whistle, 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 whistle.
It's not just a game. This is a lifestyle. And I think that's one thing that sets football different. We talk about it all the time. It's easy to lie to other people when you lie to yourself first. Because if you betray yourself, I ain't worried about what I tell other people. And I think one thing in this world where the outside world, it's demonized. The whole world is trying to pull you down, tell you things that aren't true. The devil is in every corner and every turn. And so we have to tell them, be honest to yourself, believe in yourself, right? Have that self-reflection. And because if you don't, if you betray yourself and who you are, you'll tell anything to anybody.
And the key is just effort. Getting to the ball. Getting to the ball. That's the difference in what we do. All right? Any questions about tomorrow?
What are you talking
no?
about?
Sir. We locked in, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Hey, dogs on me, dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go!
LBs, man, get down, weeks.
How important is this season to you?
It's very important. Last season, I feel like I really improved a lot from last season, so I feel like I'm going to show that this season, and all the coaches that maybe didn't offer me or maybe didn't see it in my film from last year, they're definitely going to see it in my film from this year.
I think there's challenges anywhere, and I think that they're not unique to Cornerstone in that sense, other than for us right now, depth is a struggle, and that's just the nature of the school, right? The vision for this place is for it to grow and to grow exponentially. So, that will be a problem that takes care of itself over the next couple of years. But right now, the range of student athlete in terms of the quantity is low. So that means that a student that may at another program have the opportunity to gain some confidence playing on a freshman team or a JV team, they're accelerated with respect to their growth. They're asked to come compete at a level that's much different than maybe they would have in a public school setting. So big picture wise, I think there's a benefit to that. They're going to be in a whole different place as a junior than someone that was in a different setting. But right now, that can be tough on someone's confidence. So it's important for us as coaches, and I need to remind myself often, is these are freshmen and sophomore students that we're asking to really step up to the plate. So I think that's just a challenge that's unique to our size, and then our schedule lends itself to competing at a high level. So you've got a kid that's fresh out of middle school that's going to be lining up against multiple state champions, a couple runner-ups. So with the difficulty that we have with the schedule and just the demands that we're putting on in terms of commitment level to this program, that's a real steep, accelerated learning curve. So I think that's a unique challenge to this place.
You already know, week 1, we're coming out with a dub. That's how we do it.
I need a shout, no chase. My girl need a wine in the state. My mom need a house for the late. So I got some money to make. They told me I got what it take. So I gotta take it all back. I told them I need my pay. I need my 50 for tax.
The expectations is a winning season. Now, what a lot of people won't care to touch on is that we definitely have the hardest football schedule in San Antonio, if not the hardest one in the state. Out of our 11, 12 games, we're playing 4 state champions and we're playing 2 state champion runner-ups. So that's 6 opponents that are in the top 2 in the state in their respective classification. I don't think anybody else in the state of Texas can say that they're playing a schedule like that.
I would say it's definitely something different from what I've experienced in the past. TMI is a private school, but Cornerstone is just so much different from TMI. I would say sports-wise, they just push you harder, and it's a lot more important to the people here. It matters a lot more, and all the football coaches, they all push you really hard. It's no joke around here, and I feel like a lot of people that would come from other schools to here, they couldn't do some of the workouts that we do and survive the first day. It's really a grind here.
What's motivating you right now?
The trash talking. It's personal because I'm the only one they're talking about. So tomorrow it should be fun.
Have some swagger about you when you go out there and soak up the environment. That's a big part of it. You've been out there, go out there, the sun's going down, the lights are going to come on, the grill's fired up, people are going to be out there, they're about to start the warrior walk. Okay, soak that piece up, because that matters. That's a part of the experience. You with me?
Yes, sir. Handbrake! Handbrake! 48 minutes, fellas. 48 minutes. You got to live for 48 minutes. Die to yourself and lay it all on the field. 48 minutes. Good for yourself. Good for your team.
There's nothing that I can say that we haven't already said over and over and over again. You've been built for the past 8 months on a set of core values, on a set of expectations that we've been drilling in you every single day. We've been riding you, we've been beating it into you, and you've been stepping up to the plate every single time. And that's why you're still here. And we said that a long time ago, that the ones who stayed, you were going to do something special. And so here you are, and I'm proud of it. We talked a lot about the man in the boat, right? And I think, the storms here, you heard them over there on the other side. It's waging, it's rolling. But the man in the boat's with you, right? And you're going to be okay. Be the man in the boat. Be the one that calms the storm. And don't be the one that's going ballistic, going crazy. Be prepared and be ready and be faithful to the one who created you to do great things. So being intentional and minding the chemistry, I think that's something that that you have to pay attention to more than the X's and O's of football. Because we talked about the other day in devotion, it's not the water outside the boat that'll sink you. It's the water inside the boat. And if you're not careful, you'll have people inside your boat drilling a hole in it.
I did not know I was starting until 4 p.m. of game day.
Not only was this his first time being the starter for this team, this is the first time he's been the starting quarterback under Friday night lights on a varsity team. That's a lot different.
All I could tell myself was just take it play by play. Try to win every play, try to win every down, and just move on to the next play.
It was an emotional day for me. I know, emotional week actually. You know, I was trying to fuel my body to make sure I didn't get hurt. I was taping up. I should have probably been in bubble wrap for all I know. I do know that the national anthem was an emotional time for me.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Okay, guys. You guys are home team. These guys are visitors. You'll hear a whistle all times. Stop. Okay?
Yeah, the first snap, I knew I had stuff to prove. You know, I popped him in the mouth. Man, that's what my dad always taught me since I was younger. You know, I got to establish who I was going to be for the rest of the game on the first play.
I can't take no loss.
Yeah, Trent, our kicker, we weren't expecting that from him, but he showed up and showed out.
What it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah. Hit the ground, then it go off, yeah.
A big play for us was Neon left, which was I threw a go to Christian, but he got PI'd. He put us down around the 5, I think. And then Davis, it was the same play. I threw the flat to Davis. Davis goes. I thought he scored, but I guess he stepped out of bounds. A couple plays after that, Zoe puts us in for the lead. Touchdown Warriors. It's like, dang, like, you know, I really went in on my first drive of my varsity, like my first ever varsity start. I was like, and I thought it was a pretty good drive.
I think it was a big game for Zoe on a couple fronts. If you talk to Azorian and get to know him, you know that he's a guy that he really wants to come through for his team. But the second aspect of him, and this is conversations that him and I have because of my position, is that he feels like he's been under-recruited. He feels like that a lot of schools are not really giving him the evaluation that he really deserves. So like I told him, I said, man, you come out and do some big things the first 3 or 4 games of the season, people are gonna notice, these college coaches are gonna open their eyes, and then the offers will start coming in. And I think he did just that. He had 219 of all-purpose yards, 18 of the 21 points had to, you know, come through his hands in some shape, form, or fashion.
H.R. rolling out, escaping the pressure, pass downfield. Ball was intended for number 5, Zoe Sterling. That'll bring up a Warrior 4th down.
You may not score every time. Of course, we want to score every time, right? We want to be efficient enough to where every time we touch the football, we're going to get 2.5, 3 yards and be on schedule every time, and not ever have to play the long down marker. And that's something that we preach all the time. We talk to the quarterbacks, and I coach quarterbacks. It's needy, not greedy. You know what you need, and don't be greedy for what you think you want. But everybody wants the big play right then and there. Oh my gosh, running again, we're getting 3 yards. Sit down in your seat and just enjoy that, right?
When we fell off, I mean, there were a lot of penalties. You know, we had pass interference. You know, down the field. I mean, I felt like I was giving everything I could. I was right at the quarterback's feet when they threw the ball. I look up, flag on the play down the field. You know, I was like, all right, next play. Kept happening. You know, I just had to get there a little bit faster.
You gotta execute, right? You gotta execute. Okay, you put it in there the first series. Let's do it again. Right?
30-yard line.
Ready? Hey. Hey. Can you do that same energy we had in the beginning of the game?
Hey, we had it. Come on. Let's get it back. All right, let's get it back. You got it? Let's get it back. Bro, I can't. Use energy.
Number 1 looking to pass.
Stop him!
Number 1 with the play.
Right.
God, bro! 22 seconds
On that
left.
last play, 4th down, was Vegas.
You got 2 choices right now. You can continue to feel sorry for yourself, or we can be tough and do our best for the rest of what we got in front of us. You understand? Okay? Get tough. We've got to dominate up front. Okay? We're making some silly mistakes, whether that's in coverage or even in setting the edge. We got to make sure we have everything in front of us. Okay? We got to attack and deliver that contact. We're getting knocked back. Okay, up front. We got to continue to fight and push and press.
I told you before the game the storm was out there waiting. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Now you're in the middle of it.
Sorry.
It's a serious situation. And in serious situations like this, this is where they all come unglued. Aren't you scared we're going to drown? Don't be that guy. Chill out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There's 24 minutes of football left.
We gotta trust our defense to get a stop, but we gotta motivate them by scoring first since we get ball back. But we finna come back. We finna come back.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team! Come on now, come on.
What I do know is Zoe's kick return did change the momentum for everything, and we got the crowd behind us again, and we started to work.
All right, Warrior fans, we're back to the start of the second half. The kickoff taken back by number 5, Zoe Sterling. He is at the 40, he is at the 50, he's at the 40, he is going all way for a Warrior!
Opening kickoff, Zoe brings it down, 97-yard kick return. It was amazing. Couldn't start a half better than that.
Hey, let's go. Next play. Let's go. Let's go. Next play. Let's go. Next play. Let's go.
So next time, it's still me as the coverage, but I don't want to run the double spear next. Got me? Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're going to win this game.
Hey, we're going to win this game. Let's go.
Ball is short, that's going to be 4th and inches. Guitar looking to pass, scrambling, cutting to the left. Guitar handed off to Zoe. With the pass, caught in the end zone.
and long, and we give up the fake punt.
That's a fake on the play. Pass is caught by number 14. Tackle on the play by number 19, Trenton Miller, and that brings up a Tiger first down.
So I'm proud of the team because they did show fight. I'm glad that they didn't just lay down and just give up, and this thing just ended up to be a blowout. But ultimately, I'm a competitor. I love winning, I hate losing, and I'm still upset that we lost the game because even though we didn't play up to potential our first half, second half we still had many opportunities to come back and tie that game and even win that game, and we let it go.
Turn it off. Carry by number 24, tackle on the play by number 19, Trenton Miller.
There's still a lot of time in the game, but then they did their part and they killed the clock, and then they ended up scoring again. So I was just like, game's not over, still try to go make some plays.
John looking to pass, looking downfield, cuts towards the middle.
Coming from playing freshman season, to come against these dudes that are bigger, stronger, faster, it was a lot for my body to prepare for, but that's what the summer was for, to try to get bigger.
Looking, rolling, keeps the ball himself.
I love this team, They're very hard workers, and I know they'll have my back, like they did on the sideline that one time, and I just can't wait for what the season holds for us.
You don't get to test drive these things, right? I mean, you jump off head first into it. And so, like I said before, with the questions that were out there on the table that had to be answered, I told them, man, I couldn't be more proud of it. Like I told you, you go hard, you don't quit. What else can you ask for?